Kick-ass facts, more stuff in people's wills. I'm seriously going to change my will to include some wacky-ass shit. Ba-boo-boo-boo! Henry Budd's will said that if either of his sons grew a mustache, his share of the inheritance would be voided and revert to whichever son had remained clean-shaven. John Bowman was once the wealthiest man in Cuttingsville, Vermont, but sadly, in the span of a year, he lost both his wife and his daughter. He firmly believed he and his family would live again through reincarnation, so he set aside $50,000 in his 1891 will for the upkeep of his mansion and mausoleum. Rumor has it the servants were also supposed to set the table for dinner each night in case the Bowmans returned in time for supper. This practice continued until the trust fund ran out in 1953. An anonymous donor made a £500,000 bequest to Britain back in 1928, which is now worth more than $350 million. The donor was very specific about how the money should be spent. It should only be passed on once it had earned enough to clear the entire national debt. Sadly, the total national debt of the UK stands at around $1.5 trillion, so the country can't touch the money. In 2013, 67-year-old Roger Brown passed away and left behind a secret bequest of £3,500 to 7 of his closest friends, with instructions that they use it for a boozy weekend away to a European city. And they did. They went to Berlin. One of the friends later told the South Wales Evening Post, "We would like to formally apologize to Roger's 2 sons, Sam and Jack, for taking away some of their inheritance. We spent most of it on beer, the rest we wasted." Self-made millionaire Keith Owen decided to donate his entire £2.3 million fortune to his favorite holiday spot in Devon. The money was given to the Sid Vale Association with the stipulation that some of it was to be spent on 1 million flowering bulbs to keep the coastal town awash with color. His will specifies that the capital should not be touched, but that the interest, about £125,000 per year, be spent on maintaining the town and the 2 nearby villages. When Michigan millionaire Wellington Burt died in 1919, is there a more 1919 sounding name than Wellington Burt? No, there is not. I digress. His will was discovered to specify that his vast fortune would not be passed on until 21 years after the death of his last surviving grandchild. This is some next level petty. She died in 1989. The 21-year countdown began. It ended November 2010. About 12 people discovered they were the beneficiaries of this strange will, described as a legacy of bitterness, and they shared a fortune estimated to be worth $110 million.